Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving headfirst into literally the most fascinating corporate thriller in tech right now. We are going deep into OpenAI's leaked financials, their fierce, escalating battle with Anthropic, and the aggressive new monetization strategies they're rolling out as they push toward a massive public offering.
Think about this for a second. How on earth does a company make $25 billion a year from tools you and I probably use every single day and still manage to lose $14 billion? It's a massive financial paradox, and it's exactly what's setting the stage for a dramatic pivot as this company braces for a historic IPO.
Section 1. Inside OpenAI's Real Numbers. Let's look under the hood. By August 2026, OpenAI's annualized revenue run rate hit a staggering $40 billion. Just to put that into perspective, that is roughly $3.3 billion hitting their accounts every single month. After a strange period early in the year where they totally stalled around $25 billion, a massive 32% growth in enterprise customers in a single month just rocketed them upward. But hold on a second. Leaked audited financials from 2025 painted a wildly different picture. They showed an operating loss of $20.9 billion on just $13.07 billion of booked revenue. Yeah, you heard that right. Their operating loss was actually larger than the revenue that produced it. So where is all that cash going? Astronomical infrastructure costs. Out of that 13-ish billion coming in, they burned over $19 billion just on R&D. But the absolute jaw-dropper here? Over $17 billion flowed straight to Microsoft just for Azure compute. That one single vendor bill completely swallowed up their incredible revenue growth. If we look at where the money actually comes from, there's been a massive shift. Historically, it was ordinary people paying $20 a month for ChatGPT Plus carrying the load. But that hypergrowth phase? It's kind of saturated. Instead, enterprise customers drove so much recent growth that in July 2026, business revenue actually blew right past consumer revenue for the very first time. And this highlights a crazy bimodal disparity in their user base. Think about it. If you use ChatGPT for free, you're part of this massive 950 million person cohort that generates absolutely zero direct revenue. Nothing. Meanwhile, a tiny fraction of paid and enterprise whales, we're talking about 50 million users averaging $500 a year, they are literally footing the entire multi-billion-dollar compute bill for everyone else.
Section 2. The threat from Anthropic.
This financial vulnerability opens the door to something wild. The undisputed king of AI suddenly found itself in a brutal, unpredictable two-horse race. Early in 2026, OpenAI's revenue totally flatlined around $25 billion. And while they stalled, their main rival Anthropic compounded right past them, hitting a breathtaking $65 billion run rate by July. Now, OpenAI did eventually re-accelerate to $40 billion by August, but the fact that they were overtaken at all, that sent shockwaves through the entire industry. And the private markets absolutely noticed this momentum shift. After their Series H funding in May 2026, Anthropic was rewarded with a staggering $965 billion valuation. That temporarily left OpenAI eating their dust at an $852 billion valuation. Unbelievable, right?
So why exactly did Anthropic pull heads so fast? It all comes down to client mix. Anthropic has this heavy 80 to 85% focus on super lucrative enterprise and API clients. Meanwhile, OpenAI was sitting on a 70% consumer subscription mix. It just completely exposed the limits of OpenAI's saturated consumer market compared to Anthropic's incredibly scalable B2B engine.
Section 3. Enter ChatGPT ads.
With consumer growth stalling out and compute costs going to the moon, OpenAI had to figure out how to monetize that massive free user base. 100 million. That is the number of weekly users in India alone, which is OpenAI's second largest market globally. Because of this huge scale, they're using India as the ultimate testing ground to roll out advertisements specifically for users on their free and go tiers. Now, they didn't just slap some tacky banner ads on a web page. Partnering with giant ad tech and agency players, we're talking Smartly, WPP, Omnicom, they launched a tightly managed contextual ad network. The results were crazy. This pilot generated over $100 million in annualized revenue in just 6 weeks. Now they're expanding globally, offering self-serve daily budgets starting at just 725 rupees in India, while keeping all paid tiers completely ad-free. So if you are on the free tier, get ready because this is coming to your chat interface.
But how do they do this without creeping you out and breaking your trust? The ad platform smartly uses this awesome dinner party analogy.
Imagine you're at a dinner party, right? You ask a buddy who runs a lot for some shoe advice. They give you great tips, and then casually say, "Oh, by the way, I actually have a coupon for the local running store if you want it." That's the vibe. The ad has to be genuinely, contextually relevant to the exact conversation you're having with the AI right then and there.
To actually maintain that dinner party level of trust, OpenAI put some really strict guardrails in place. Advertisers get absolutely zero personal chat history, just aggregated data. The ads are visually separated from the organic answers. And this is crucial. Ads are strictly kept away from sensitive topics, things like politics or mental health. Plus, you, the user, always remain in control and can just dismiss them.
Section 4. Road to the IPO.
All of this intense maneuvering, the battle with Anthropic, pivoting to enterprise, launching a global ad network, it's all leading up to one impending massive liquidity event. Wealth advisors at firms like Investra are already mapping this out using what they call the SpaceX template. They're actively prepping early OpenAI employees for highly complex, life-changing liquidity events. We're talking navigating intense media scrutiny, concentrated equity wealth, and a totally new regulatory landscape centered entirely around AI compute access and governance.
Tracing their steps to the public market, the momentum is just undeniable. They locked down $122 billion in capital commitments back in March of 2026. Then, in June, they officially filed a confidential S-1 draft with the SEC. Right now, as we speak, they are actively prepping the market for what could easily be the most defining, massive IPO of 2027.
Okay, let me leave you with this provocative thought as we wrap up this explainer. For years, insane top-line hypergrowth was the perfect cover story for OpenAI's unbelievable cash burn. But as they prep to go public, facing internal projections of a staggering $115 billion in cumulative cash burn by 2029, will pivoting to enterprise sales and dropping conversational ads into your free chats truly be enough to satisfy Wall Street? Thanks for joining us and keep questioning those numbers.